It was at that moment that my life made sense for the very first time. Because what happened was I realized that I wasn't settling for crumbs of food. I was settling for the crumbs of life. And I realized that I wasn't starving myself of food. I was starving myself of success. And my jaw hit the floor because I realized that is what's missing. That everything came to me in that moment. It was October 20th, 1997 at 8:20 p.m. And that happened. When your life changes, you tend to remember it. And so I said, this is what's missing in all the success literature that I've ever read, and no one's ever talked about it. And I'll show you exactly how that works in just a moment. You can get, this is your hidden power. You have this already, but no one's told you about it yet. So now I'm going to tell you. You can get what you want twice as fast with half the effort. Anybody be interested? Say, I am. Okay, good. Now, anybody ever heard of affirmations? What's an affirmation? Who can tell me what they are? Right, it's a statement of something that you want to be true in your life, right? So a classic affirmation might be, I am rich, right? And you say, I am rich. Say it with me. I am rich. And your brain says, yeah, right. I mean, isn't that true? I mean, honestly, if we're honest with ourselves, right, we want to believe these things, and we say them, right, because that's what we've been told to do, right, a billion, cajillion times, right? And the traditional teachers, every success book has ever been written says to use affirmations. Is that true or true? True, right? And so you say, well, now, if you don't believe it, well, all you got to do is what? Repeat it 1,000 million cajillion times, and then you'll believe it someday. Well, I studied all those books, right, for all those years, and they told me to do the same thing. Hey, if you're only given chainsaws, what else are we supposed to do? Okay, so that's all I was given, and so I was doing it. And I had them on my wall. I did everything they told me to do, and my life still sucked. So I was like, well, what's wrong with this? Must be something wrong with me. And that's where most people think, oh, it must be just me because, oh, these guys wrote about it, they did it, and it's not working for me. Well, one day I was in the shower thinking about this very point, and I started to think about the fact that the human mind operates using questions, not statements. For example, why is the sky blue? Why is the sky blue? Now, what just happened in your brain in that moment? You started to search for the answer, didn't you? Just all of a sudden, without your own volition, I asked the question, why is the sky blue? And your mind instantly went into search mode. Did it or did it not? Absolutely. You couldn't even help. You couldn't not do it. So I said, wait a second. If the human mind is automatically searching for answers to questions, why are we going around making statements we don't even believe? Why don't we cut out the middleman? And I said, well, what would that look like? Well, let's see. You have this statement or affirmation, I am rich, and your brain says, yeah, right. So what would the question be? Why am I so rich? Everybody say that. Why am I so rich? Write that down. Why am I so rich? We've already given it to you, but I want you to write it in your handwriting. Why am I so rich? What you focus on grows. What you give energy to grows. But do you know what most people are doing in their lives? Asking lousy questions. How come I'm such a loser? Why can't I do anything right? Why am I so fat? Why am I so broke? Why can't I lose weight? Why is there more month left at the end of the money? Just want to see if you're listening. Okay. You ask lousy questions, what do you get? Lousy answers, and that means a lousy life. So I said, wait a second, what if instead of asking lousy questions that lead to lousy answers in a lousy life, what if we flipped the whole thing around and started asking empowering questions that lead to phenomenal answers and a wonderful life? And as I was standing there in the shower, April 1997, I said, holy cow, I think I just invented something. And so I had to give it a name, and the name that I gave it was, what? Afformations. Afformations. The human brain is like an iceberg. We have about 5 to 10%, and this is all science. This is not mumbo jumbo. This is MIT, Stanford, Harvard. This is science. 5 to 10% of our thoughts, behaviors, and actions every day are conscious. The vast 90 to 95% is what? Subconscious, just like the bottom part of the iceberg. Now, when something is below the surface, that means it is what? It's hidden. You can't see it. Okay? So here's exactly how it works. This is why you hold yourself back. At the top, or conscious, you have the what of success. The what does that say? Y2s. Say that again. Y2s. Thank you. The Y2s of success. That means we all want to succeed. We all want more money, more time, more freedom, more vacations, your own island in the Caribbean, whatever it is, whatever success means to you. We all want that on the what level? Conscious level. But have you ever stopped to think about what could be the why not tos of actually allowing yourself to succeed? Who can give me an example? What might be a why not to of actually letting yourself succeed? There's one little assumption that you're making right now that's costing you a fortune, and that's this. That is that you can just keep studying the how-tos of success, and that will fix this problem that I just showed you. Now, did you notice something about what I just showed you? Was the word how-to in there anywhere? Did you see that word? No. Why not? Because that's not why you do what you do. You don't do what you do because of how-tos. Traditional success literature, traditional money-making programs are the how-tos of success. Now, we need the how-tos, don't we? We have to know how to do something, like do trading, drive a car, whatever it is that you want to do, we need to know how to do it. But I just showed you that everything you do is based on your what? Y2s. Your Y2s. So the assumption that millions, billions of people are making is that they can just keep spending more money on all the how-tos, and it's going to fix the Y2 problem. Do you think everybody here could hammer a nail into a wall? Do you think you could put a nail into a wall if you had to? Who thinks they could do that? Okay, so I want everybody to hold up your hand and hold up your nail, right? Hold up your nail. Everybody do that. Hold up your nail. Now we're going to put that nail into the wall. Ready? All right, I'm going to get ready. 1, 2, 3, and here's the tool to use it. Okay? What's the problem? Come on. Go ahead. Keep your nail up. Come on. Put that nail in the wall. What's the problem? The what? It's the wrong tool. But wait, I was able to do it. I mean, come on. I put it in. So what? There must be something wrong with you. Right? What? It's the wrong. Well, wait. Get motivated. Come on. Think positive. Set your goals. You can do it. Here, I'm coaching you. Do you get this? Right? Now, am I saying anything wrong? No, I'm actually being kind of nice, but what's the problem? It's the wrong tool. Well, all right, I'll tell you what. I know that tool didn't work for you. How about this one? How's that? That didn't work? All right, how about that one? No? It's just the same tool with different colors on it, different packaging, right? That's all we've been given are the how-tos of success. So the fact is, I want you to write this down. The fact is that you can never solve a why-to problem with a how-to solution. I want you to write that down and circle that. You can never solve a why-to problem with a how-to solution. It is exactly like trying to put a nail into a wall using a chainsaw. You can be as motivated and smart and cute and funny as you want, but you're just using the wrong tool. Now notice what you do with Afformations. You're using the exact same brain you've always had. All you're doing is you're changing the what? Changing the what? The questions, exactly. So why are they called Afformations? Well, the word affirmation comes from the Latin word firmare, which means to make firm. Now the word Afformations that I invented, and by the way, it's perfectly legitimate to invent a new word. Right? When you have a new way of looking at the universe, we often need a new word to describe it. Right? Like Google or internet, software. These are all very new words in human history, aren't they? They're very recent. Somebody had to invent them because they had a new technology. Well, this is a new technology of the mind. Afformations is a new technology of the mind. The word afformations comes from the Latin word formare, F-O-R-M-A-R-E, which means to form. To form or give shape to. So here's the key question. What if you're making something firm in the wrong form? That's called a life you don't want. How many people are forming their life like that? Right? Now, You can consciously change the questions you're asking and change your life. Now, your hidden power number 5 is you can have ultimate self-confidence. Who would like to have more self-confidence? Say, I would. I have a strange question for you. What color are your eyes? Does everybody know what color your eyes are? Okay. Well, how do you know? What's that? You looked in a mirror or someone told you, right? Those are actually the only 2 ways to determine your own eye color, is to look in a reflective substance like a mirror or a photograph, or have someone tell you. Go ahead right now and try to see your own eyes without looking in a mirror. Come on. Get motivated. Come on. Set your goals. Think positive. Okay, I don't care how smart, cute, or funny you are. You can't see your own eyes from within yourself. Isn't that interesting? Now, notice our eyes are a very vital part of us, aren't they? They're the windows to the world and the windows to our very soul, and yet they're never directly seeable by us. That's just one of the fascinating ironies of being human. And it's exactly the same way with your value. You don't get your own value any more than you can see your own eyes. So let's actually take this analogy one step further. Let's just say you had blue eyes, okay? You had blue eyes, but your whole life, the people around you, the people closest to you, told you you had brown eyes. When that was totally false information, totally incorrect information about you, what would you be forced to believe yourself? What would you be forced to believe about yourself? That you had brown eyes when that was totally incorrect information. What I realized after all of those years of study was that, ironically, believing in yourself is the last thing that happens. And so this, again, flips traditional success literature right on its head, because they've been telling us for decades, you got to believe in yourself, without ever telling us how to do that. And when the reality is, no, that's the last thing that happens. First, someone believes in you. Then you believe in someone else. And finally, the last step is you believe in yourself. But if we've never been given that strategy, that tool, we're hacking away with our chainsaws. So what is the key here to understand about the loving mirror? That it doesn't matter what happened before. It only what happens starting right now. This can be one of your moments right here. You know those moments I was talking about? This could be, and has been in my seminars for many people, thousands of people, the moment that everything turned, because they said, I don't have anybody who sees me. And when I wrote the book, when I wrote my first book, I didn't have anyone either. Why do you think I wrote it? Because I realized I didn't have anybody supporting me. I didn't have a mirror, now, which was so fascinating, because if you ask the people around me, they say, oh, well, we always believed in him. We always thought he could do it. Yeah, but I didn't get it. So I was the one blocking it. So has it ever occurred to you that you could be the one blocking this? That you might have that support right now in your life, and you could be blocking it without your knowledge? Now, it's not your fault, but now it's your responsibility to do something about it. I want you to look at what you wrote at the very beginning when I asked you what you really, really want. What is it you really, really want? Do you realize that that's your end zone? That's your end zone. But here's what I'm going to tell you. That's probably about the 30-yard line. You have an end zone that is so much greater than you think, that you think you can do it. So every one of us needs that coach. Everyone needs that loving mirror. We all need that loving mirror, and highly successful people already have it. And I want each one of you to have it too. I just want you to remember to seize the moments of your life, because you never know when the next one will be here. I'm Noah St. John. It's been a privilege. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.